This Lent in our worship, we've been exploring the traditional Christian practice of fasting. And the question that we've asked ourselves is, what might a modern fast look like? What are the activities or the attitudes that we might give up in order to make space for God to do something new in our lives? This last Sunday, we talked about our culture of consumption and the effect that that has on the environment, and that if we gave some of that up, we might make room for sustainability.
This week in our Giving Up series, we're going to consider what it might mean to fast from media. And we appreciate the irony of trying to get you that message on social media. But we recognize that for most of our history, we have had a hard time getting enough information. Now we have more than we could ever consume all at once. We can wake up to news alerts on our phone, we can watch news all day, and we can consume media all day, and it can be the last thing we do before bed. It can absolutely saturate our lives. And while media can do a lot of good, and it's a great tool for communication, a force for good, it can also be distracting, depressing, anxiety-producing. It can create a lot of negative effects in our lives. So we might consider for a moment fasting. Fasting for a time, fasting for a whole season, fasting partially from some kinds of media that we find particularly dangerous or harmful, and then deciding later what we let back in to our lives. This is all part of what we think of as a modern fast, not just about food, but what God might be calling us to. In the space that we create, if we're not consuming media all the time, we might wake up to be more present for reflection to those around us and to what God might be trying to do in us. 8:15 and 10 o'clock this Sunday. We hope you'll join us.